Stuff to discuss. In there. I'm ready. Oh, let's go. Your boy, Asal Tante Oso. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Sorry that I have not been on the air for a couple of days, but I had to be off the air for a couple of days, handling business. But I'm back. Then imitated, never duplicated, that fool with no hair, that shouts like Ric Flair. What? You heard me? Woo! The R8RBEAR! R8RBEARs! And remember, if you're a real Raider fan and you love to drink Modelo, then you gotta get yourself some Ray-Dello. Boom, okay? Just drink, baby. The beer of champions. Ray-Dello. Don't ask me where you can get it for two reasons. One, I won't tell you. I don't want everyone else to look as cool as me. No, just forget it. And that's the other reason. I just don't want anyone to look as cool as I do. Hey, I already shared with you guys where I get my hats, okay? No. I'm the shirt legend for a reason. I find these things. The R8RBEAR! Let's go. Alexa, would you silence, please? And I give her the British accent now. Now I'm not just nice to her, I'm actually even putting a British accent on it. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I appreciate you all tuning in. R8RBEAR Live. If you would, consider a subscription to R8RBEAR family page. It's just $5 a month, and you can cancel anytime. That's on Facebook. On YouTube, we know YouTube is free, so all you have to do is just whoosh, pow, hit that little subscription button. Subscription? There should be a rule that if you're going to subscribe that I can actually speak. I'm working on it, I swear. No, I'm not. I did swear, though. No, I mean, I am. And if you would, click on the subscribe, hit that little thumbs up, and we will get on our way. Speaking of, Tradish! R8RBEAR Live! First comment, woo! MVP tonight goes to John the Lion! Leon! Always dropping L's, but never taking losses. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. John, be honest. You use that in real life, right? Like when you enter into a room, do you shout, John the Lion, Leon is here. I take no L's. Yeah, I know you do. Second place, my silver medal goes to Ramiro. Woo! Cash flow. Castro! I'm not going to make the closet joke. I'm not. I'm not going to make the closet joke, okay? I won't. And I don't want any of you sensory people giving me the business later. When I say the closet, I'm not talking about sexual orientation. I'm talking about the fact that he appeared to be living out of his closet. One day when I went live with him. All right, I told the joke. Next! DPC! Oh, Mount Rushmore in the house. Third place, my bronze medal goes to David Pelcaliver! DPC, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Mount Rushmore in the house, Hall of Famer. DPC, what's up, brother? Always there for Raider Bear, even when he's not here. He's there for Raider Bear. And our world champion on YouTube, Jim Vanderland, couldn't even get honorable mention tonight. And Jim, stop typing it right now. I don't care what church event you were at, or you were just getting off work, or there was an accident on the freeway. I don't want to hear any of it. Facebook. Raider, Bear Live, first comment, blah, blah, blah. Dustin King. Oh, the world heavyweight champion of Facebook, my guy, Dustin King, reclaiming his championship ballot. Speaking of which, climbing right down his throat, Lucky Pace! That too was not a sexual reference. It just sounded like it, unfortunately. This is a family show, okay? It's just a joke, okay? Tommy, go to bed right now. Okay, first, I know you guys would accept that humor with him, so I'm only half joking about Tommy going to bed. So he probably knew anyway. the joke, I mean. So yeah. Third place, my bronze medal goes to, and you guys know I love it when a female, a Raiderette, woo, let alone what I really like, slides into the sausage fest that is my medal round, because there's always way too many dudes. Well, Anna Diaz! Rincon! My first subscriber ever. First! That's right, she believed in me before anybody. She might as well be my mama. She doesn't look like she could be, though. She's a pretty young thing. But, you get what I'm saying. That also seemed like a kind of joke. No, I'm just kidding. That one didn't. I've seen her husband. I'm just joking. Just joking. I don't want to get beat up. All right. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you tuning in. And first, I would just like to answer a question that is on the fingertips and right on the lips. Everyone could just taste it enough to say no. Juju Smith-Schuster. I mean, seriously? Are we... Did someone really write an article that said the Raiders might be looking at Juju Smith-Schuster? Stop it. I would rather continue to have depth problems than have Juju McTikTok on my team. No. No. I don't. Tell me he got 15 touchdowns last year and 14 of them with one hand, and I'd still say no. Juju. Give me a break. Hey, maybe it's African. Maybe his mom gave him that name as and it means like beautiful warrior. I don't know. And if that's true, that's cool. But it still sounds stupid. Juju. It's so stupid. Be honest, people my age, it makes you think of Juji fruits. That's what you used to call jujus. It was a candy. Whatever. Tony Carpenter Evans, honorable mention, love. What's up? Welcome to the show. Chris Strong, I see you there, brother. Appreciate the bear. Corinna True. Hello. Corinna, I'm going to send you something in the mail. You came in second in my auction the other day, and I want to send you something nice. Denton Rose, what's up, Cape Canaveral, Florida, in the house. David Fowler, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Steeler Val and Tommy, always right on time. Appreciate you guys. Doc Raider, how you doing, Doc? Hope you didn't drive too much today. Michael A. Charlin Jr., I see you. Ah, that's my guy right there. I appreciate that, brother. And hey, and I got to tell you, there are so many charities we're working with now. We make it work. You know what I mean? We make it work. It's only $5, but when everybody chimes in, we make it work, and we're making a hell of a dent. I can't tell you the stuff we did when COVID hit, and the amount of shots we were able to produce. 68,000 right here, just from auctioning stuff. You know what I mean? 68,000. Now, I want to be clear. I want to be very clear. Mama Bear and I and R8RBEAR Family Page did not generate 68,000 in and of itself. We didn't do that. We did it, and we had a part to do with it, but exactly how many shots, were exactly from us, they don't really calculate that, which I did ask because I wanted to be able to be up front and say we got 22,000, blah, 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 you know what I mean? But I think with the 80 some odd thousand, it probably breaks down to a little over 23,000. I was trying to figure out the math, but it's somewhere in the 20,000 range. And we were just really excited, and it ended up being that larger number in the end because of everyone else kicking in. It's just awesome stuff. We're doing some really awesome stuff right now. Bob Standard, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. When everyone is going to realize AOC is not the quarterback to take us to the playoffs. Bill Cox, you know what? I like the fact that you brought up the quarterback thing, so let's just go right into it. Because obviously tomorrow we're going to see them both play, and you never like it when your head coach is saying things like, the guy who plays the hardest and gives the most effort in this game tomorrow may be the guy. So neither guy in camp separated at all. You know what I mean? It's just a roll of the craps. That one of them might just have a better day. Maybe he's just in a better mood. It has a great day. Maybe his mama kissed him and said, I love you, son. Go make us proud. And he goes out there and tears it up. And then all of a sudden we got the wrong starter because his mama can't kiss him before every damn game. Putting foots in everybody's mamas. I can only say that because I live alone now. If I still lived with my mom, she would have been coming through that door right about now. I promise you. She would have wore me out. My mom was one of those moms, well, I'm telling you, she would put her hands on you. She was not shy about making sure her son respected her. Karina! True! Hello! All right, moving forward. So what are we supposed to look for tomorrow's game? We'll talk about that a little bit. I have some interesting takes to give you guys on that. Wayne! Roar! Wayne, love you, brother. Love that profile picture. Good looking out for a brother. Raider Carlito, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Appreciate that. Ramiro Castro, timeshare dues. You're a fool. Oh. Anna, thank you, love. I really appreciate it. You guys are having too much fun today. All right. So what's going on is this, okay? We have an issue at quarterback because apparently our own coach, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if I believe this. Obviously, we know coaches in the past have kind of held their cards to their vest, so to speak. You know what I mean? Not tell the whole world what they want to do or what they're going to do, going into a season. I could see where you might want to use this time to say, hey, I'm going to play both quarterbacks, and I'm not going to let you know which one it is. I don't really love that. I don't see the point in it. If you think you have a good team, then you should feel like it doesn't matter if they know who you have starting. You know what I mean? So, see, to me, that's the first step into the season. Tomorrow, preseason game, first step out in front of people and an audience for us to see what has Antonio Pierce really put in place. Do we all believe in him as Raider Nation? Yes. But we haven't seen him put it together. Now, I even had a Raider fan say to me the other day, very, he was very cool, but I want to make it clear, he didn't agree with me with what the finality of this was. But essentially, he said, with what we saw from Antonio Pierce last year, we should know that he's a great coach already by what he was able to put together in that run. And that even with the struggles that he had, a rookie quarterback that was questioning his confidence because Josh McDaniel put him in one game a few weeks prior and then pulled him and said, you ain't good enough. Then that guy gets fired and Antonio Pierce puts him in. So, that took a lot of nerve. I'm not saying he had a lot of answers where else to go, but, It took a lot of nerve. So the guy was saying basically, look at what Antonio Pierce was able to do in that run with what, in effect, we were left with a mess. An offense that most of the team was struggling to know how to run and having their responsibilities, struggling with what audibles were coming and what they audibled to because they didn't know the playbook because it was a friggin', 10-inch book. Antonio basically immediately stepped in, minimized some of that, and said in camp week by week, this is what we're installing. You guys know these plays. These are going to be our audibles. Make sure you know these plays. Now we're going into the game. And he kind of went a la carte. And I'll be honest with you, I had a hard time arguing with that argument. Because, see, to me, Antonio Pierce has proven both as a player and now as a head coach for the first time in the NFL, but he has coached at many times at other levels and other positions, including Arizona just before us. So I think he gets it. I think he gets it. I think he's going to put out there, like, for example, the pick of Luke Getsy. Luke Getsy as your offensive coordinator, not all of us got it, including me. Okay, I didn't understand it at first. He just came off of a program with the Chicago Bulls that never, really took off. It never really showed its legs. And that's because Justin Fields, in my opinion, was forced onto Luke Getsy. And he kind of said that, but he can't really say that, you know what I mean? Because he's got to get other jobs in the future, and who wants to hire a guy who's constantly going, oh, my offense would have worked great if it wasn't for that lousy QB. That was their franchise guy, so he had to do that, but he never could get it to work with that kid. Now they think he can get it to work with us because we don't have a Justin Fields. We have two quarterbacks that can play in the pocket, and of those two, one that's comfortable rolling out and throwing on the move. Now, I can tell you, we're hearing a lot of different things. First, we heard AOC was taking control. Then we heard Gardner Minshew had an incredible day, and he did, where he ran 3 sets of the offense from the 20-yard line and walked the defense all the way down the field to 3 touchdowns, one of which he ran in himself. That's one practice, okay? Now, what do we take from this? I think what we take from this is the same thing it started as. Antonio Pierce is an old school coach. He's not going to flip-flop. I think in his heart he believes that this is AOC's team right now and that Gardner Minshew has an opportunity to take it from him if he does not play well enough, because the only argument that can't be made against this is my point here. Both of these quarterbacks can't argue that they're starters. Not yet. Gardner Minshew's had time in the league, but he's been labeled as a number 2 by everybody. And our kid has only got 1 season under his belt. He's a baby. So neither guy is really just exactly a number 1. Okay? But I think that because of his time in last year, because of his positive attitude, because of the way that he works in Luke Getsy's offense, I think they like him better. And I can tell you there was a comment that was very honest a couple weeks ago, week and a half ago, where Gardner Minshew was rolling out, and he was throwing picks. And then you had our guy AOC come out and just run the offense. Not a lot of rollouts, just call a play, make the read, make the throw, call a read, look, make the throw. AOC did nice, moved the ball down the field. I feel like AOC is the quarterback that Luke Getsy wants behind the wheel. Now, is he going to say that? Not yet. But I think they will. I do. I'm not backing off AOC. I don't care what reports I'm hearing about Gardner Minshew, and they're good. He's had really bad days, and he's had fantastic days. Because the good day that Minshew had last week, 3 drives, 3 touches. So that's hard to argue. But I believe it's AOC. Jesse Parker, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Raider Ryan, I see you. Raider Bear, I can sum my day up by saying it was a long week. I wasn't fit company, so I came home instead of going to see Val and Tommy like I normally do when I'm in D.C., but I'll be seeing them tomorrow. Right on. Angel Perez said, Dax or bust. Dax Milne is, he's Hunter Renfrow all over again. I mean, I'm not saying the kid can't play. He's got really good hands. He has really good hands. I can't compare him to Hunter Renfrow because we haven't really seen him out on the field yet. I don't care what he's done in the college levels. We've seen Hunter Renfrow do it. But have we ever seen Hunter Renfrow really take off? No. See, no, we didn't. And I'm not going to sit here and bash Hunter Renfrow. I know that guy is loved by Raider Nation. I get it. But when you really stop and think and look back, he was a very special player. I think he was impressive in ways. I loved his footwork. I loved his stop and go, herky jerk, make guys miss, get 5 more yards. What he was on special teams, actually saving us on a special play where we would have given up a first down. He saw the play happening, runs down the field, and then makes the best special teams, not tackle, special teams hit from a wide receiver I've ever seen. If you ever get a chance, just look up the special teams hit by Hunter Renfrow. It's amazing. I mean, it literally, I would teach kids a class on form tackling by what I saw a wide receiver do on a broken play. It was incredible. But that's what Dax Milne is. So don't get too excited. I think he's all right. I like his hands. Like I said, he's good over the middle. He's tough. You know what I mean? But doesn't have separation speed, just like Hunter Renfrow. He has the wiggle in the video game to make guys miss. He has that. But the drill where you come out of your blocks, you run top speed, you go into cones, and then you go in and out of the cones, and then you take off, and they time you again. His time coming out of cones is bad, which basically means when he's trying to shake guys and he slows down, he has a hard time then getting himself started again. See, to me, that just sounds like Hunter Renfrow all over again. You know what I mean? I don't love it. I don't love it. I loved Hunter Renfrow, but I loved him for the same reason everyone else did. You know what I mean? He just felt like a good kid. You know what I mean? He was playing above his ability. You know, the guy had dad body. He was 5'0". You know what I mean? So, but God bless him. He was tough. We also have to remember who he brought in to help him coach. I like the way he makes the team own up to their mistakes. Yeah, Anna, that's a great point. And I got to tell you honestly, the fact that he brought in 2 former head coaches, I thought that was incredibly, humble. I think humble is the best word I can come up with at the moment. But I thought it was amazingly humble on his part, because most times a first-time head coach, they want to be seen like a general. They want to be seen like they're coming in and they're dropping their philosophy on the team. And that can be hard to give off that, presence if you have 2 veteran former head coaches that both, have playoff experience too. They've had losses, and they've had wins, and they've had good teams, And maybe some of that praise should go to them for what they're heaping on in knowledge on Antonio. I don't think Antonio would care if people said that. I really don't. I think even if he heard me making that point right now, he'd say, so what? You know what I mean? Everyone's got a teacher, and he's never been a head coach at the NFL level. So why should we expect him to just, ready to go? I don't know why more head coaches don't do that. I think some of these head coaches that have been unsuccessful in the past, for example, Josh McDaniels. If Josh McDaniels had someone that could better relate his philosophy to his players, he probably would have had greater success. Not necessarily with us, because, the word was out about who Josh McDaniels was pretty fast. So once that happened, there was no coming back from it. Corey, what's up, Raider Rhino? Welcome to the show, my little brother. It's a worry for sure. AP was a breath fresh air and a great momentum shift. He gave CPR to the team after McDisaster. Stop it, Sherry. Tried to kill them. AP still has a lot of work ahead, and without question, QB issues. It adds to AP's coaching challenges. I love him, but worried. Great comment, Sherry. Great comment. Let me see. Where do I want it? You said a couple things there, so I kind of want to touch on them all. Okay, AP was the breath of fresh air. Yeah, what he brought to the team, being a player himself at one time, and then being very self-deprecating. That was the word I was looking for. Tommy, self-deprecating, go. I probably had you look that one up. But very self-deprecating guy, but at the same time also has that air of a tough guy that he doesn't have to, make an image of that. It's built already. The guy was a vicious player on defense and was really good. He wasn't just a guy, so he'll know what's up. He does still have a lot of work to do. The questions at quarterback, I think, will get answered in the next couple days, but I don't think that Gardner Minshew has the job. I think AOC does. I think if AOC just plays well in a handful of snaps, I think we'll see he gets the job. Now, to be quite honest with you, they're both going to get an opportunity to play in the game. But I think AOC is going to be the starter. I think he's going to get 13, 15 plays, maybe a little more than that, and then they'll pull him out. They'll bring in Gardner. They'll give him his 15, maybe even 20 plays. Let him go a little longer, to get a better idea of what he can do. And then you bring out Anthony Brown, and you give Anthony Brown some real time. I want to see Anthony Brown throw the rock. I really do. I'm hoping he comes in like late second quarter and then takes the entire third. And let's just see him move the ball. Let's see how much maturity he's gained. I'd like to see that. Now, moving into that part of the concept for tonight's show, because I wanted to talk about tomorrow's game and the things we should look for in it. That's one of them, obviously, with the quarterback situation. But the other one that's very exciting to me is with all the rookies. Now, Anthony Brown might as well be a rookie. The guy's just young, and he's really nowhere near the starter yet. He's a clear-cut third stringer because he has mental parts of the game that his mind has to catch up with his physical talents. Because physical talents, he's got everything already. Everything. Foot speed. He can feel the pocket, sometimes too quickly because he likes to run. Has great legs, i.e., he's fast. But guys like that get hurt. You know what I mean? And so let's say he had miraculously outplayed everyone on the roster, and he takes the job from AOC and Gardner Minshew. Well, then those guys have to be your second and third, and they're not going to want to do that. They're going to want to leave. So the second they can get a trade, they'll be gone because we found our Anthony Brown of the future. Okay, but now you got to get two other guys that not only will want the job, push him a little bit, but probably can't take it from him. You know what I mean? It's tricky getting that combination of 2 and 3 quarterbacks, but let's see. I think we'll get lucky. But I think it's going to be AOC for sure. I'm going to keep saying that because I don't want to seem like I'm flip-flopping, and I know people will come on the show late. It's AOC. If they do pick Gardner Minshew, which is a possibility, obviously, I'll be surprised. But if they pick him, I'm going to be terribly surprised if it's Gardner Minshew. I mean, if you want me to be bold about it, I'll say this to you, too. It isn't just football. AOC's draft pick status, the contract they're paying him. Now, no, it's not like first-round pick money, but it's money. I mean, when you're a fourth-round pick, you're getting paid. You know what I mean? And so they're already giving him a hell of a check. And now you're going to say, well, you can sit on the bench with that because Gardner outplayed you? You know what I mean? They're going to have to see him. Not only would Gardner have to outplay him in practice and preseason and things like that, he would have to also play badly, AOC. If AOC plays badly and Gardner plays well, then they'll flip-flop. But if AOC just plays, good and just completes passes and doesn't throw interceptions and doesn't get sacked, it's going to be his job. He won't even have to be that impressive, where I think Gardner would have to be impressive. And my knowledge in that is based in this. I heard the press conference from Luke Getsy. I don't know how many of you followed that because most of us don't listen to the side coaches. You know what I mean? They're not that interesting. They usually say really vanilla things because they don't want to say anything that the press can run with because then it takes attention away from the head coach and the team who are looking at the news and thinking, who's this assistant coach talking about what our philosophy is? So, they're not going to say too much, but I know Luke Getsy made it very clear that he felt like the person that was in the lead at the time when he said it was AOC because he protects the ball. And he doesn't roll out and look for plays unless he has to roll out to protect the play. Whereas you have some quarterbacks that snap the ball, they want to walk back there, and then they want to spin around and run to their left or just immediately run to their right and create movement on the play when it's not necessary. You know what I mean? But because they're more comfortable throwing on the road, on the roll, They're more comfortable throwing with dynamic, with moving the offensive line and making the defensive lineman adjust and chase after him, you know what I mean, by creating space. I don't think Luke Getsy likes that. And that was the impression I got from his statements. He was saying very clearly, I want someone that can come in and run this, what I'm running. I don't need magic. You know what I mean? Just run it play by play. Richard Silva, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. What's up, Raider Bear? Who you think will be the best quarterback in next year's draft for us? I'll be honest with you. I haven't looked at that. I mean, I know everyone's talking about Shakur, Deion Sanders' kid. You know what I mean? And that's fine, but I don't know where he's going to be drafted. I don't know what draft pick number we're going to have. It's just too soon. You know what I mean? There's going to be guys. I feel bad even answering you like this, Richard. All right, Richard, I'll tell you what. The weekend's coming, and I don't do Saturday and Sunday shows. But next Monday, come back to me, and we will have the same conversation. Because I don't mind that. I can think of a couple of quarterbacks, but if I do that, it's a cheap answer. Monday, I will go over college quarterbacks going into their next NCAAs and what will happen with our next draft. Because we're going to have to pick one of them. And let's just go ahead and take a look at that, and I'll do that for you on Monday. So everyone else watching, Monday, quarterback review, college guys coming to the pros draft. We're going to go over that early. Why the hell not? And I'm going to do it just because Richard Silva asked and intrigued me. Vicky Ginn, what's up, love? Welcome to the show. Mark Vargas, I'm not going to do the 53-man right now. Every guy in the 53-man, you have to be prepared to do that. Frank Zander, what's up? Welcome to the show. R8RBEAR! That I can do. Sorry, guys. See you all in Vegas for KC. You know this. Yeah, I'm going to be at the KC game. I'm not going to be in the stadium. I'm going to be outside partying, doing my thing, Mama Bear shaking her butt, that kind of thing. So the show outside will be better. Just kidding. We're going to go get our vengeance on that little jerk, their quarterback. So, no, that's better. Jesse Parker, Bo, and Poe are in the other room with Mama Bear because she's throwing down in the kitchen. They know if they look up at her with those big sad eyes long enough, she throws them scraps of all sorts of things. Doc Rader said, yes, Antonio Pearson has showed great humility by bringing those people in, as I have said more than a few times. He's a man who knows what he doesn't know. That is a sign of a good leader. Completely. I can't add anything to that. That was word for word perfect. Oh, Vicky Ginn. God bless you, love. Everyone, Vicky Ginn, one of my longest watchers and a sweetheart, has been to my home, and I just love her to death. Vicky Ginn is cancer-free, everybody. Right on. That's incredible. Vicky, next time wait until we're closer toward the end, because you almost got me crying there for a second. And, you know, I can't do that on my show. I'm a Raider fan. I mean, you know. And also in the wide receiver room. No, it's not a good look. Not for football. Don't do that. Troy Gill, it's going to be AOC. I think AOC is going to get the start. Sorry, guys, I keep doing this. It's this mustache and this whole beard thing, and it's got to be itching like crazy. I don't know why today. But it's going to be AOC, Troy Gill. I think he's going to start, and I think he's going to keep the job. I think he's going to start right into the season. John Leon, Anthony Brown is the same age as AOC. Well, John, I get that, but I'm not saying that. You notice I didn't bring up age. See, some guys at 23 are ready to go, and some guys at 23 need 3 years. You know what I mean? There's no shame in that. I just think that Anthony Brown he's not even on the radar. I mean, if you look at the team and what they're talking about, he is a looked at as a projection into the future. He's Lamar Jackson, but with needing a little bit more seasoning. You know what I mean? I'm with you though. I think the guy's going to be nice. I just don't think he's ready though. Mr. Raider Bear, I think self-deprecating means someone who doesn't take themselves too seriously. Tommy, good job, young man. You keep it up. You remember you represent Raider Bear family page, okay? You're like my human mascot. Don't go messing around, okay, and not showing the intellect to the kids at school, okay? It's cool to know what you're talking about. Frank Zander said it best. AOC is going to be our quarterback. But there's going to be a lot of plays, though. There's going to be a lot of plays, trust me. That he's going to get those plays, but Gardner Minshew is going to come out there and he's going to get his share of plays, trust me. There's no doubt about that. They've already pretty much announced that they want to look at both guys. They want to get a good look at both guys. You know what I mean? And if that's the case and they really want to get a look at both guys, you're going to see somewhere 15 to 20 throws by each guy. Then Brown is going to get a lot of looks. And I would say to you, honestly, I would, don't tune out. Because Brown, let's be honest, Brown should play well. If he doesn't, something's wrong. Because remember, he's playing a bunch of guys at that point that are going to be working at Home Depot in a couple months. You know what I mean? So you need to let those guys have it. You're playing against teams that are running vanilla defenses against you. You know what I mean? We're doing the same thing. Our defensive coordinator Patrick Graham, already said it's going to be vanilla. We're gonna be aggressive. I want to see our guys go to the ball. I want to see every man tackling, but we're not going to show any. They're not going to show anything. Reyes Antonio said, "Did you see Dylan Laube imitating Max Crosby?" Yeah. I saw it. It was incredible. And the way he played, it was amazing. And I love Dylan Laube's personality. I mean, he's already a good player. He already seems like a dangerous weapon. And now you find out he's a locker room guy. You know what I mean? A guy's guy. You know what I mean? I love that. You know what I mean? Gets along with everybody. Always having a good time. Never shows you a frown on his face. Dylan Laube, you watch out for that one. I gave you him months ago. The instant we picked him up, I said, watch, Dylan Laube. There's going to be a lot of Laube jerseys, and everybody learn how to say his name now. That's why I'm saying it so much, because it's spelled Laube. Laube. He a bad man. That was funny as hell, and that's a bad dude. He can play some football, guys, I'm telling you. He came in as a UDFA, and within days was taking snaps with the first team. Think about what that means. It means he was so physically impressive on just a handful of plays they gave him that they went, oh yeah, we need to utilize this guy. That's when you know a guy, he's got that, you know what I mean? It's like, whoa, where, the defense can be like, what the hell? Somebody tackle that guy. John Rogers Jr., what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Anthony Ross Hansen, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Kim Lassetti, always saying hi to a Raider Bear. Hi, love. Anthony Ross Hansen says Georgia's quarterback. I'll touch on that. Good arm. I think it'll be a good pick because Georgia's program history, obviously, they run something close to akin to a pro-style team. Some people in the past, they used to say a pro-style offense or a pro-style defense. Georgia's always been more of a almost like a farm system. Georgia tries to mirror what NFL coaches do. So that now when you get a guy out of Georgia, he just understands. At practice, I'm supposed to be over here for my drills with my teammates doing this, and over here I'm supposed to be doing this, and on the team I'm supposed to handle my business and beat my man and blah, blah, blah. And you know what I mean? They get coached up pretty good at Georgia. That quarterback clown from the Vikings is about to find out how vanilla our defense can be. Preseason grass stains and back pains. Honestly, I don't like what's happening with the Vikings. I think the Vikings are going to go backward. I really do. It was like 3, maybe 5 years ago, maybe longer than that actually. Something like 5 to 7 years ago. The Vikings had a little bit of a thing going. You know what I mean? They were consistently producing a team that, wasn't always making it to the playoffs, but they were always a winner. You know what I mean? They didn't have losing seasons. They were always a tough team to play. You know what I mean? But I'd say the last couple of years, though, they look soulless. You know what I mean? And then now you're trying to insert some energy in that with, the quarterback, Kirko. I mean, And that can work. I like Kirko, but I don't see it as a starter. I don't want Deion Sanders' kid. Too much drama. Well, John, I need you to be a little bit more specific what you mean about drama for me to answer that. Do you mean him in the locker room, or because his dad will be around it, or because it's going to bring a lot of press? Because Shedeur Sanders is going to bring press. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I can't disagree with that. Of course, Richard, I got you. Anthony Rawson said Dallas game? Nah. J.J. McCarthy called out our defense and called us soft. Oh, okay. Well, Bob Stannard, I like that. I like that. I think we should go right at him and just break his neck. You know what I mean? Beat the team and just go at him hard. I love that. Yes, and thank you everyone in the audience for saying the kind words to Vicky. I really appreciate it. It's all class, and I appreciate you guys. Stephen Shaw, you were the winner of my package the other day in my auto auction, so look for that. I'll be sending that to you shortly. And congratulations. Pretty dope stuff. I can't wait to send you this plate, man. It's so cool. The license plate is so cool. So what's your prediction on tomorrow's score? Well, I mean, it's like, it's preseason. I mean, I just don't know. You know what I mean? That's probably the least important thing about a preseason game, what the score will be. But because I listened to Luke Getzey just the other day, and then Antonio Pierce just yesterday, or was it this morning? Maybe it was this morning, but he said, don't expect us to go out there and run some sort of Air Coryell, high-flying Showtime offense. It's not going to be like that. And he was... I don't know. I think he was being honest, and I don't think like some have been saying. Again, I've been in conversations about this, but some people were saying that was his way of tamping down expectations. I don't think that's what it was at all. I think that Antonio Pierce is just being straight, and he's saying to you, you're going to get a meat and potatoes offense here. We're going to grind. Every man is going to beat the man in front of him. Every once in a while, we're going to have some explosive plays mixed in there, and we're going to score touchdowns and win football games. And then on defense, everybody gets punched in the mouth. That's all you get. No, that's all you get. On defense, your offense, everybody gets punched in the mouth. And then we'll see how you deal with that. That's what this defense is going to do. It's not about our scheme. It's not about what formation we're going to be in. We're going to punch you in the mouth. You best believe it's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. Zamir, gonna get them touches. And then they're gonna mix in Alexander Madison, the kid we got from barbecue chicken, the Vikings. That means he's gonna play against his old team tomorrow, and he's gonna want to light that ass up, and you know he will. I can't wait. Even though it's preseason, I can't wait because, see, we're going to get our first chance to see all these guys, that we've been talking about all this offseason. We're going to get to see some of the offensive linemen like DJ Glaze and see him play and see him come to fruition. Man, I'm telling you. And by the way, just a little whisper, and I hate that I'm saying this. I'm going to prove to you guys how honest I am about all this stuff we talk about. Thayer Mumford is one of my favorite offensive linemen. I really like Thayer Mumford. I think his story is incredible. I think the fact that he started slow, he got beat up a little bit by defensive ends. People were wondering if he had it in him. Then suddenly, mid-year, doesn't give up any sacks, doesn't give any pressures, goes into the final 6 games of the season, and AOC goes 5-1. Okay. Now, fast forward to this year, the very, very first day when when our front offices opened up and all the players were coming to check in, very first press conference by Thayer Mumford, he was smiling ear to ear. And he said, you know what, guys? I can play in this league, and I know it now. And now I want to see what I can get away with. I want to see how good I can get. And I was like, damn. And I'm telling you, honestly, you just never hear players talk like that. He literally acted like, I'm kind of surprised at this, but you know what, guys? I think I can do some things in this NFL. I really do. And I'm going to show these people who I am. I think he's going to be all pro. I really do. But the DJ Glaze conversation can't be ignored. I've heard everyone, and I mean everyone, talking about how well DJ Glaze is playing. Yeah. And guys, that's with him at right tackle in practice. He doesn't even play right tackle. He's a left tackle. So they had him in right tackle just to see how he'd do. And he's killing it. On top of the fact that now, if Colton Miller can't start the season, I'm not concerned with it now. DJ Glaze is playing so well. He's getting applause from coaches and players and reporters. A rookie that hasn't even seen the field yet? Imagine how good you have to be playing in these practices, in these scrimmages, to get that kind of word of mouth coming out of Maryland from all these people. DJ Glaze is going to be legit. I'm worried. I think Thayer Mumford has just won the job and now might lose it. But DJ Glaze is a bad dude, and if Colton Miller can't play, you can just snap him right in, and he's going to hold it down. Oh, that's a great question. Raider Carlito said, do you think sometime in the future that Mad Max will have a franchise tag? You know, Raider Carlito, I'm going to say no. And the only reason I'm saying that is because his contract and what they did with his contract. I'm sorry, Vicky, again. I never gave you a prediction on the score. I'll get right back to that, Raider Carlito. I'm going to go ahead and say 24-17 Raiders. I think it'll be a conservative game. I think there's going to be a lot of running and going back and forth, but I think the Raiders are going to put up points. And I think the Minnesota Vikings, like us, will be more concerned about just running things, seeing the players coming on and off the field smoothly. Don't get flags. No one get hurt. And let's just, execute and get the hell out of here. Because it's a game that doesn't count. So they're not coaching in any way to win. They're coaching to not get hurt, to get everyone out there, to get some experience, get those long looks at some of the guys you brought in off the street, the UDFAs. That's why Dylan Laubie's going to get a lot of playing time. And it's not because they're not sure about him. In fact, I take that back. They're already so sure about him, I doubt he is going to get a lot of minutes. He's probably going to get some minutes, but it's not going to be too much. Okay, Raider Carlito, back to what I was saying. I do not think they will. Great profile picture, bro. I do not think that they will ever franchise tag him by the respect you saw them show him when they did his extension before he'd even gotten to his last year of his rookie contract. He was in 2 years left on his rookie contract, and they went to him and went, we don't care. Here you go. And they gave him his bonus. And because he outplayed it so much. I mean, you can't have a guy outplay his contract by that much and not, especially when he's at a premier position. We're not talking about like what happened with Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs had 2 of the years of his life, and he couldn't get an extra $2 million out of the Raiders. I mean, $2 million. You know what I mean? And so it shows you how undervalued the position is, because they think that what we have in Zamir White and Alexander Madison is enough, and Dylan Laube. And I'll be honest with you, if it's used correctly, I agree. Dylan Laube and Zamir White and Alexander Madison are enough if you protect Zamir White's legs. He can't start every game, so we're going to have to, every once in a while, you're going to see suddenly like Amir Abdullah or Alexander Madison is going to be the starter. It's not because it probably will not be because Zamir White's hurt. It's going to be because with Achilles tears and problems with your Achilles and your heels that he had on both legs when he was in school will flare up and then become bad injuries if you consistently push him. You have to push him a little bit, then evaluate him. You feel good? Everything's good? Okay. Push him a little bit, evaluate him. He says, well, my ankle's getting tight. Okay? You don't play the next game. You put him in ice, you give him ice and stem, you rub him real good, and you put him to bed in a cryogenic bed and get him ready to go. And same thing with, but what I was getting at with Max, they're going to pay him, bro. They won't ever let it get to that with him. He's arguably the most important player on the team. Tanya Carpenter Evans said, love AP did practice on the beach. There were some nice pictures. Tanya Carpenter Evans, those nice pictures, what were you looking at? You stop that, girl. Oh, good timing, Mama Bear. Tanya Carpenter Evans said, I love that AP did practice on the beach, and there were some nice pictures. And a lot of the Raider players like had their shirts off, and they were going full Tom Cruise, playing volleyball and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, she had a hidden comment in that. Don't sexualize my Raiders.
What's wrong with that?
Hey, back there. John Rogers Jr. said 34-28, Raiders win. Okay. What's up with you, Travis Neal? Welcome, Mick Neal. Welcome to the show. Mark Kasparian, I don't know if anyone's going to be streaming the game, but I do tell people about the DoFu app. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. It's just something I use. It's spelled DOFU, all capitals, and it's an app that you can download in your app store. And when you do, and I'm not going to lie to you, it takes a little practice working with it, because what happens is you go into DoFu, it'll offer you different sports to look at. So you click on NFL, and then it'll show you all the different games and times. You scroll till you see the Raiders, and you hit it. Now, when you pick the Raiders, it will offer you 5 or 6 different links. What that's doing is it's saying, pick the first one. It's going to be the best one, but if it drops or you have problems with it, when you log back in, go to the second one. You see what I mean? Et cetera, et cetera. And I don't know if that has to do with piracy or I don't know. I'm just being honest with you. But I use it. It seems to be legal. You know, they've never had any problems. And I've used it for like 3 years. So, but I would give that a try. DoFu app. If anyone that can't get the game, you're trying to get the game. Brown has a big arm, just needs to work on his accuracy. Well, John Leon, after you told me so much about Brown, I went and looked into him, and that's not exactly accurate. He does have a great arm. You're right about that. And working on his accuracy, I don't agree with you about that. He's actually a fairly accurate quarterback for a kid. His problem is his decisions in that accuracy. There are times where he sees things and he thinks, I'm accurate enough and strong enough, I can make this ball go where it's supposed to go. They're having to coach that out of him. Because you know what it is. The NFL has changed into the defensive boring league where they drop back on almost every play, trying to force you to throw underneath and keep everything in front of them. It takes the excitement and the dynamics out of the other team's offense, and it can frustrate their quarterback because eventually they expect the quarterback to just get frustrated that he can't get an explosive play, so he'll just try to force one. Whereas, in truth, it's why we now refer to so many different quarterbacks as game managers. Oh, I forgot. And Jesse Parker asked to see him too. There you go, Jesse.
Oh, the dogs?
Yeah. Bo!
You can barely see Bo. He blends in with like...
Big boy. Pobo. What's up, man? Good boys. Good boys. Yo, good boys. Yes. Handsome little monkeys. Reyes Antonio, it may be Minshew starting tomorrow. I was thinking it would be AOC. If it's been announced Minshew, that doesn't surprise me. Usually if someone is the starter, they don't start. So they may see Minshew as the 2, let him get out there and work the offense for a little bit, and then bring in AOC, let him run and go through the motions a little bit, and that'll be that. But we'll see. I feel like it's going to be AOC. I really do. I think something strange could even happen where they go out there and Gardner Minshew plays better in the preseason and still doesn't win the starting position because they just don't like his tendency. And I'm telling you, he has a tendency of taking the snap and then just immediately rolling when there isn't even necessarily pressure there, and the play doesn't even necessarily dictate that you roll. He just likes doing it because he feels like he's dynamic in that way. He can suddenly run, and there's less windows to have to look through or run through blocks because the offensive linemen have to move to his position, creating those cracks both visually in the defense and in the secondary, and then he tries to run sometimes or drop the ball off. I don't think Luke Getsy likes that. And I think he found out real quick in practice that when he says to him, hey, take the offense and go show me what you can do, and then he's doing all these rollouts, I don't think he liked that. And I think he tried to find a nice, safe way to say, I don't like when my guy does that. That's not what the play called for. He didn't see enough pressure to be rolling out. He shouldn't be rolling out. Shut up, Vicky. Stop starting things. Mama Bear, Vicky Ginn is cancer-free 100%.
Wow.
Yeah, we're celebrating.
That's great news.
Yes.
Great news. It's very rare that I have to bend down.
Yeah, you're too short. Having a duck, that's weird. I'm going to have to fix my camera.
Yeah. You can see my face. It's like bag over head.
Right. Marcus said Carson Beck, 6'4", 220. Well, that's a perfect build for a quarterback. I mean, that's perfect build. Now, can he do something with that build? Because, we've seen lots of guys that have a good build and then they do squat. Put foots in him! Appreciate that, Jesse. He's going to get, J.J. McCarthy going to get these foots, right? Tell him, Reyes. Help, I'm a tech caveman. I downloaded the Dofu app and I bought a cable to hook up my phone up to my laptop and I can't make it work. If there are any techies out there, please inbox me. Okay. How is our O-line? Will our quarterback have time? Sherry, I'm going to put your comment up there again, Jim. I'm going to read your comment, Sherry. I'm just putting Jim's comment up there again so people see what he's saying. He just wants someone to inbox him and help him out if they can with getting this situation with the Dofu app figured out. Okay, Sherry Abstender said, how is our O-line and will our quarterback have time? He will have time. Our quarterback, our offensive line has a little bit of depth in it now that we haven't been let in on because they've just basically been saying, yeah, we're starting to get some, real promising things from the offensive line. We have some nice things coming from the offensive line. This guy, Andrus Pete, a couple of DJ Glaze, a couple other guys that we have on this team, they're nice. We're going to have a good year. I don't know how good, but we're going to have a good year. Oh, Jim, come on. Now, wait a second. No, wait a second. No, you're not getting any help, Jim, if you don't have a smart TV. You go to Walmart right now. Maybe I'll send you one. You don't have a smart TV? Come on, man. Do you know how much you can get a smart TV for at Walmart right now? It's like $200, $235 or something like that. I think it was. Not for me. I already have mine. But when I was walking through the store the other day, all the TVs that they do for super, good prices, and I'm talking about for 60-inch, gigantic TVs. So if you just want a normal 40, 50-inch, and you get a smart TV, that you can pay $200. You know what I mean? Go get yourself a better TV, bro. Oh, you need an iPhone, but you should be able to watch it from the app. Yeah, definitely. DJ Glaze, 6'4", 328. That's my guy. I can't believe how good he looks coming out of Maryland. He's going to be a monster. Steven Shaw, thank you, man. Hey, and by the way, Steven Shaw, you stay out of my wife's DMs. I had to. Armando Medrano, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Yeah, does Glitchy Little Butt works good. Used it for a couple years, too, but it's airing on the NFL Network. Nice.
Who's in my DM?
Steven Shaw. Wait a minute. Why are you asking who's in your DMs?
Because I haven't been in my DMs, and if someone's in my DM, I need to know.
Get out. Show's almost over. Where's my spanking board?
These are bomb. These turned out so good.
Oh, yeah?
They are freaking bomb.
Come here.
I've already eaten almost all of it.
Stop that. Tell them what you're making.
It's chicken.
Come on, get in here. You got your makeup on and everything. You look nice.
I've eaten half of it, but it's cut up chicken with mozzarella cheese and seasoning, and then mixed with a little bit of mayo and flour, and then fried. And so the cheese melts and holds it all together, and it's all gooey and yummy. And I added some cayenne.
All right, show's over.
Spicy.
Dinner time.
I made a bunch of them.
Oh, no. Alexa, resume. All right, that's my show. Much love. Shout out to our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Space Force. For all you do, the energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice. Active and veteran, much love. Alexa, play that song again.
I'll repeat the song.
Atta girl. No, not that song. What is that? It's like she heard me. Alexa, play Hide by NASA. You drunk you.
Trocola's Remix by NASA.
If you wait just a split
on Amazon
second,
Music.
she stops listening, and then you can say whatever you want. Now, okay, I'm sure this is the song, right? No, this is not my song music. What the hell is going on right now? All right, that's my show. Much love. I'll see you tomorrow.